Paranormal Evidence.
Tonight, see what truly exists inside the world of the paranormal. Inside. Join the discussion and review some of the best paranormal evidence captures from a wide variety of experienced and up-and-coming investigators. See and hear what they capture, where they captured it, and how they captured it. Right now on Entity Voices
Paranormal Evidence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence. I'm Chris, coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee. And there, everybody else.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Nashville.
Oh no.
I want you guys all to know that I hacked to get onto the show tonight. And I'm warning the audience now, if I break up, it's because I'm on the Hilton Wi-Fi at the BNA airport in Nashville. So.
We will understand if you freeze up and are just like, we'll consider that internet concern.
Tony's been there, right?
Yeah, I've been there. Well,
Many times. A lot.
More. I have.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Had nothing to do with the internet, though.
No, I just do that every so often.
It just happens.
Just a glitch, no big deal.
Yeah, things happen.
Well, welcome back, Christoph. We missed you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we sure did.
I pulled in a favor to get on tonight. I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Oh, no?
Well, yes and no. It's good to know people in high places, just put it that way.
Yeah, that's what we think when we refer to you.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All God.
East off, all God.
So now, when Audra gives you the look, like, what the hell did you just say? She has to direct it to the right side of the screen. Or it won't. Right? You practice the eye roll in the proper direction.
Yes.
Oh, I need to remember to go the opposite direction.
And don't kick the dog out of habit of kicking me.
She behind me.
Go home.
Her rear end is.
So,
nice to have everybody back.
did everybody have a good week?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Some of it was, some of it wasn't, but that's the way weeks go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I second that, too. It was a very neutral opening. I'm feeling moderately neato.
Well, we had a great week.
Most of it was good.
Yeah. I took Jax to the urgent care last Saturday. He got sick. He's been pooping blood and throwing up blood.
Wow.
$1,100 vet bills.
Yeah.
How much?
$1,100. And $300 for 4 prescriptions.
On top of the 1,100.
Correct.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I know, but he seems doing okay.
He's doing
now.
better, yeah.
If you can stop screwing up, the screen, baby, so I can see that.
I'm trying to share this to. I can't, Chris. Sorry.
What are you trying to share?
Our show to. I don't have the options to send it to the other pages.
I got it. Are the Cocos watching from Disney World?
They might be on a ride.
Oh,
watching.
yeah. They're
All right.
They're dedicated beyond what we deserve.
They are watching.
They are?
Todd and Carmela, if you could do me a favor, share our show to our Facebook pages. Yeah, they're there.
Hi, Cocos. The Cocos.
They're cray.
Those
Yeah, they're-
Everett's there, Gio's there, Raul.
They are.
Yeah, I shut my door for Everett so he wouldn't freak out on me this time.
I
Yeah, he was a little freaked out.
got the creepy hotel door behind me to make up for it.
By the way, if anybody missed last week's show, when Tony Cherie's dogs took down the green screen,
Oh, yeah.
I cut it as a separate clip. I was fighting laughter like you wouldn't believe. Like, and I was the whole. You look at I'm different versions of holding my mouth. I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm trying not to laugh. Then finally, the clip that was happening at the same time finished, and I shut my camera off. I had to shut it off because I needed to just let it out. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, you see in the background. I watched it on the replay. You see the thing fall, and all you see is this little white tail go across the screen.
Yeah, and then the other one ran in, and then Jax ran in after that. It was really funny, but I could not contain the laughter. I was trying so hard, and she knows. Like when I get into silly mode, good luck. I can't.
As soon as I heard the screen fall, I hit mute, and Tree goes, "That's Loki."
Yeah, it was a hell of a moment. It was funny though. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch last week. It's worth it.
That part alone, Ron was in tears.
Oh, I was crying. So yeah, Todd and Carmel are watching. Scott Reddick, Jim Royer, who we know from the Shanley Hotel, watching. Gio Everett, Mary Beth, of course, Jenny Colucci, and I saw Raul from Tower Paranormal. Raul was with us this past weekend. We went to the Halloween bash at My Haunted Manor out in Columbia, PA. Him and Frankie Dale from Parasite were with us. It was fantastic. They did like a nice little party with music and DJ and everything up until like 10.
Something like
and then they had the VIP part with investigating afterwards. We did more stuff in the basement with Staticon. It was good.
Nice.
Cool. It was good. But Daryl Morrison, Jeff, and Trey Bader, 3 people. The fact that the location is unbelievably cool is one thing, but to just go meet them and spend time with them is worth the trip. Honestly, they're really, really good people.
And they're doing good things for the town, for Columbia. You know, they're working what they're doing, their project, and they're incorporating it to help bring revenue for the town, the whole town. So that's really good. Yeah, they're good guys.
That's awesome.
Cool.
They're helping the town. They're definitely helping the community, and they treat everybody really kindly and with gratitude. So it was nice.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. Great to hear.
It was a great week, like I said.
When I saw that,
outside of taking Jax to emergency, we did 2 additional presentations at Orpheum, which went very, very well.
Yeah. Belated happy birthday to Vinny, by the way.
Yeah, it was Vinny's birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to him. But it went well. Better than the week prior. We had a few Staticom challenges, which were worked out about halfway through, but last night it ran good.
Roger did the presentation.
Yeah, I let Roger get up in front of everybody and give a presentation with it. He did good.
That's awesome.
The audience was half involved. Makes a big difference how involved the audience is, but it still went well, so it's all good.
That's awesome.
That is good. Yeah, that Orpheum, for people who haven't seen, they should either go to your page or go to wherever you post it. What an elegant looking theater. It's such a nice spot.
It's awesome.
It is. It's a beautiful place. It is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Well, in the 3 days that I was home, Audra dragged me to Christmas in the South before Halloween. It was a giant convention of Christmas decorations and Christmas ornaments, and that's what we did on Saturday.
All local, like there was no commercial stuff. So it was all
It was all local vendors from the South. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I dragged Tony to the storage to grab my Christmas stuff.
After she lost the keys, and we had to have a guy come out and cut the lock with a rotary saw, which he had 2 blades burst on him. How he didn't get it in the forehead or the eye, I have no idea. But that was fun.
wow. That's some security at storage.
Right?
It was a good lock. It was a real good lock.
Really?
Thinking about that poor guy.
Christmas starts Friday. Don't start that shit.
Todd Carmel, are they back from Florida now?
Yeah. You went to Walmart.
No.
The Coco's back from
Yes, yes.
they're
they
back
are.
home.
Oh, they are?
I knew they were. I thought they were
okay.
coming back today. Yeah. But I wouldn't put it past them to be on Pirates of the Caribbean telling the animated things to shut up. I'm watching the show.
That's funny.
Jet lagged but home. Yeah, I can imagine.
No.
Exhausted.
You flew from Florida to New Jersey. What is that? An hour
3
and
hours
45
at
minutes?
best. 2-3 hours.
2-3 hours, yeah.
Really?
2.5 to 3, yeah.
2.5 to 3.
Shit, we flew from Charlotte to Key West, Florida, and I think the pilot was trying to break a record. We got down there in like an hour.
Yeah. The shortest I have seen is like an hour and 53 minutes. That's the shortest I've. But
Wow.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
guess
we're
what,
all-
guys?
Yes.
We're all
we
back.
have a show.
Woo.
So, I'm going to warn you guys. I created the show on Sunday while I was still home in North Carolina, uploaded some videos, got to my hotel today, pulled up the broadcast, and went, oh shit, Tony, they're not there.
and I only saw the photos when the one video you said you couldn't convert. I got it to convert and uploaded it, but I'm like, there's only 3 photos. And then Chris texted me like an hour or 2 hours ago. He's like, all the videos are gone. And I'm like, what?
So Tony and I were frantically getting our guest to send us her videos again, and Tony frantically converted them and uploaded them to the broadcast before the show. Unfortunately, neither one of us have access to her bio. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce her and let her talk about herself. Everybody from Arizona, say hi to Ashlee Reed, Paranormal Investigator. Hello, Ashlee.
Hi.
Welcome.
Oh,
Hello,
thank
hello.
you. Thank you.
Sorry,
for having
Ashlee, we are usually much more prepared, but with me being disconnected and everything being on my computer at home, a little chaotic. But other than that, we'd
That's
like
okay.
to thank you for coming on. So
Well, thank you.
tell everybody a little bit about you and how you got started in the paranormal.
All right. Well, I'm Ashlee Reed. I am the owner and founder of Closer to Veil Paranormal Investigations. I got started in the paranormal, well, my whole life. I was really, really little, and I was playing on my grandma's stairs, and I looked back and I saw an old woman at the top of her stairs, and she said, "Don't be doing that. That's not safe." So I ran and told my grandma, and my grandma was like, that there was a ghost. I saw a ghost. And she goes, "That wasn't a ghost. Those are angels, and you help them and they'll help you." And from that time on, I just had experience after experience. My mom actually, we lived in a house that had a lot of activity, and my mom was having experiences, and I was afraid to say anything. And my sister goes, "It's time to go talk to mom." And so I went and I told my mom. And so I've had a lot of help through everything. Once I got a little bit older, in my teens, I started having sleep paralysis. And my sister thought I was having seizures because of the stuff that was happening to me. And so just from then on, I actually started reading a lot of books about paranormal and experiences and watching shows. My mom would take us to places like the Limp Mansion, Gettysburg, Alcatraz, Tombstone, just all sorts of places. So my mom was a big help in me starting to be in the paranormal. And then after a while, I was like, I'm tired of watching it. I'm tired of reading about it. I'm going to go out and do it. And my husband was like, I'm surprised you're not doing it already. So, yeah, that's what brought me to where I am today.
Okay. Yeah.
What part of the country are you in? Because you named places from Tombstone to Gettysburg.
Yeah, I've actually lived a little bit of everywhere. I do live in Arizona. I'm in Queen Creek, Arizona.
Oh, right on. Okay. The Rathmans, as you may know, are in Arizona. So we're coming to the time of year when they'll be making fun of us because the weather's comfortable.
Yeah, we finally got rid of the 3 digits. Today was like 80 something, 86, 87.
It was a nice
Beautiful.
day.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we saw Ashlee down in Tombstone when we were down there. And
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep, I was wheeling around on a knee scooter. I had just had surgery. Like, I think when I saw Tony and Globe, I literally was off of my pain meds.
Well, I'm sorry for all those potholes we were digging into the street. That probably made it difficult for you to get around, so I'm sorry about that.
I got really good at like doing willies.
That's funny. Usually people go on pain meds after they meet Tony.
Yeah, you can ask me about that. He said normally people go on pain meds after they meet.
That was English with English subtitles. Did you see that? That's funny.
Pain meds, even though I don't have pain.
Good to know.
Yeah.
But we have got some evidence for Ashlee. So we've got some videos from Ashlee. And then we've got 3 pics from Ashlee. I'm going to end with the pics so we can zoom in on them. If everything works okay on my work computer. So what we'll do, Ashlee, is we'll go ahead and play your first video, and then once it's over, you can tell the audience where it was, what you captured. That way, if we need to replay it for them again, we can.
Okay.
So here goes the first one.
K2's going off. Thank you for lighting that up for us. Yes, we appreciate it. We're glad that you're here. Did you die in an accident? Laura told us that you're not quite sure why you're still here. Do you know that you died?
I'm wanting something.
Where's that?
Where was that?
That was the Doña Ana courthouse in Las Cruces.
Oh, okay.
I did not think we got anything while we were there. And I even have a clip, like as we're walking out, we going, oh, it was fairly quiet, but that's okay. We'll be back. And I'm going through all of, the footage and everything. And I'm all, holy crap. So we were playing back the recorder to see if we had gotten any EVPs. And you hear a quick yes.
You do.
That it was an accident. And then after, the recorder is saying, do you know that you're dead? And all of a sudden you hear a, no. And I was like, wow, that came from my phone. That didn't even come from like her recorder.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty good.
That is. It's way cool.
That is way cool.
Good
And
capture.
the best part is do you know that you're dead? No. Well, you do have something.
It's like, shoot.
We just told him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Super creepy.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting. I kept on turning my camera to the hallway because I wanted to see if we could see any shadow figure or anything. And and that's what I was saying. I was like, I keep on wanting to turn my phone towards the hallway. I want to see if I can get something, but I didn't get anything. Unfortunately, just really bad smells down there.
Oh, wow.
Go spoiler alert.
That's awesome. All right,
Yeah,
so
that's
let's take a look. Go ahead, Ron.
No, that was it. I said, yeah, that's really cool. I think you may have a little bit of a delay.
I do. It's the Hilton Wi-Fi. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
All right, here is clip number 2.
Lasting cover.
What did it say? Lasting cover. Lasting cover. Did you hear something over there?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, like almost like footsteps, like somebody was coming in.
Are you walking?
Would you like to come and join us? Do you have some cards? We forgot ours. Yeah, there's lots of noise over there. Somebody have a camera over there, by
I have
chance?
my iPad recording.
I have
my
the one
phone.
going to back a tree area there.
Okay,
That's cool.
so with that one, you couldn't really hear the footsteps in there, but like you can definitely hear footsteps. Like it was like they were coming around the corner. That's at the VFW in Las Cruces. There is a underground restaurant that nobody has like really known about. And so we went down there. I think we were the very first people to ever go down there and investigate it. And I kept on hearing like footsteps right around the corner. But not only that, I kept on seeing stuff from the corner of my eye. And I kept on like going like this because I really thought somebody was going to come around the corner. The girl that was next to me was a medium. And all of a sudden her hand just went down on the table and she was like, there is either a server or a busser or a butler, or it's a younger kid and he's afraid to come around the corner. What they did here was very illegal. And I was just like, I think I keep on seeing him poking around. I'm like, is he like scared to come around to like see what's going on, afraid of getting killed or shot? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, I can see that. And I mean, that's what I kept on hearing. It was crazy. And I thought I was the only one hearing it. And then I saw the girl look up at me across the table. And I was all, okay, so I wasn't the only one that was hearing that.
That's nuts.
That was cool. When I first saw the shot, I don't know if this hit Lourdes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking?
Yep.
Tony and Shree have been there, but I don't know if they've been there the one time, if it would hit them the same way. But there's in White Hill Mansion in South New Jersey, there's a bar area that used to be part of a restaurant and speakeasy, the whole nine.
And it has a just like that
rounded corner area, and it's very similar with the wood. I think there's a little bit there might be like a window.
I knew it wasn't because of the ceiling.
Yeah.
But
it looked very much like it. I was like, wow, that looks like White Hill.
I know, I thought the same thing.
It did.
And it was a speakeasy as well.
Ah, see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is it in the basement as well, that area? See,
Yep.
same thing with White Hill.
Yeah, it was in the basement. It was really big down there. I was surprised. I was like, I mean, rooms and I mean, an upstairs and a downstairs. It was pretty big.
Wow.
No, that's really cool.
Makes you wonder what the kid did in his lifetime that he's still bussing tables in the afterlife. That was
super unhappy.
That's the definition of hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody had bad karma.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Todd and Carmelo know White Hill also. They thought the same thing. For a split second, if you ever get a chance to come out this way, Ashlee, we'll set up a whole bunch of locations. White Hill Mansion would be on that list, right? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great place. Great place.
Yeah, here.
Cool.
There's more being here.
I don't understand. All right.
Sorry.
It was a very inside joke.
Yeah, it was
Just
very
for her.
inside. Yeah.
I don't even know what it was.
Just for me.
All right. So the next clip, this one looks like it's in a jail. Is this Globe?
No, that's actually the Doña Ana courthouse as well.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
I sit here and think of, what do you call it?
Man, what was that?
Yeah, what was that
What
shadow
was that?
whipping by?
Yeah. Let's see that again.
Yeah, play it again, Sam. Your friends are crazy.
Your friends are crazy. All right, here we go. It's quick, y'all watch.
I sit here and think of, what do you call it?
Yeah.
What ran right by the legs?
Yeah.
What
And
ran-
nobody
ran-
was there? Like,
No,
I'm sorry.
It was just me and my friend Jenna that was there, and it was so fast.
Very fast.
I even jumped up from my chair like when I was watching that clip. And I was like,
Jenna
what
behind
in the
you?
world? And I even slowed it down, and it just gets real dark, and then it just goes light again. But I mean, you can clearly see through it, but it is so dark. And I was like, what was that? And Jenna was already sitting down at the table, and I was like, oh my gosh.
But
We
she can't run or walk.
No,
that
no. What I
fast.
want to know is,
If ever.
there looks like there's two windows down there.
So there is
Right from the-
there's all windows that is right across that wall. And they're up high too. It's not like they're
So they're not street level,
it's a gel. You what?
So it's not like street level that if someone was to pass by or run by. Yeah.
Well, and
that's what I was gonna ask that. Yeah.
That's one thing I want to point
I
out.
was like, what?
I'm going to play it again. I want everybody to watch the way the light surrounds the room, because the way this shadow moves across, there's so many different angles of light. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Can I have a Chris Allgood moment for a second? I know you're back, but I feel like I need to have this moment. If to play Christoph Allgood advocate, if that was a person causing that, there was no movement sound whatsoever to that shadow moving across that fast. Not a sound.
It was quick, man.
It was really fast.
Not only that, with as much light that was in that room, for anybody to cast a shadow that dark is virtually impossible. What's even more impossible is how fast it comes across.
Right.
Yeah.
It is very fast.
The only question I have is your friend that was in there with the way you were facing the camera. Was she in front of you or behind you or to the left or right?
She was off to the side, and she was a good, I would say 6 or 7 feet away from me. And she was just sitting there on the table. I wasn't even at the same table as her.
Yeah,
so she wasn't even
this one
moving.
I'm definitely not trying to debunk. I'm trying to figure out what we just saw, because that was really cool.
Yeah.
Let's play it again.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now watch all the surrounding light and how fast that shadow comes across. Here we go.
I sit here and think of, what do you call it?
It's really fast.
It's so fast. It can't even be a person
so
running,
crazy.
really. It's too fast.
No,
Regardless-
NFL running backs can't run that fast.
Even though you're panning the camera like this, it's too fast. You can't.
It's too fast. It's too fast.
Again, with no noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, none.
And everything else that you're saying about, that's good.
Yeah. It was just, I didn't even think we caught anything either.
Yeah.
That would be really, really interesting. And I guess you may have said you did this, but I'd love to see that if it was possible to slow it down, like to freeze frame it when it was in front of the lens.
Yeah.
Because
and if it's possible, I would love it if you guys even could try to do that. Because, I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, too.
305. 305 with the 411.
Well, and if you look at the video, the 2 toilets wide open, pass me the TV.
Yeah.
No, I was watching the shadow, Todd. I wasn't looking at the shitters in the corner. odd.
What I was saying to her right there is like, this reminds me of like Orange is the New Black, because like how all of the rooms were so close together, and it was just one big giant room. Like you ate and you showered and you went to the bathroom and slept all in that tiny little spot.
I love that show.
That explains why they'd be moving so damn fast.
They gotta be quick.
And if you notice too, all the light is shining towards your camera. So as you're moving, even if it was something behind you, it wouldn't have cast a shadow into the light.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's the opposite direction.
Right.
Yeah.
But this comes right in. I guarantee you that was no more than 2 or 3 feet from the wall.
Yeah.
It was so weird, and I didn't even see it. Not that I can remember seeing it like as I'm sitting there. It was.
You could have missed it. Even if you were looking at the camera at the time, you could have
It's
missed
too
that.
fast. That's why. And you
Yeah.
fast. Yeah.
I figured out what it is. It's the shadow figure from the Phelps Dodge Hospital going, "Where's Rathman?"
You have to
Very
slow down
possible.
too.
Very possible.
All right. We've got one more. I've got a couple questions on this one, but we'll play it first.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, you two sleep tight. I love you both, and I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, good night, Linda. Good night, George. Good night. Good night, Mary.
See ya.
Good night.
Lots of orbs.
Yeah. Some of those were dust particles, but that
Yeah.
one,
That
as Chris
one
said,
was
flashing.
bright.
Yep.
The first question I have, Ashlee, please tell me George was in the other room.
No. George is.
So that was George was the person she was kissing in the photo.
Mhm.
That is an awesome EVP.
Yeah. And that's so the story behind this is the woman in the bed is my mom's husband's mom. And he was a big time skeptic. And he would always sit there and go, "Oh, Rosita and her ghosts," you know. And one day she came around the corner and he was sitting on the couch and he was just like gawking. And she was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I am watching a video of my mom and I'm listening to my dad." And she goes, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, watch this." And that was like when he started to believe, because he thought it was so incredible that it was happening. Since his passing, she would sleep with that picture. And she was struggling. She was really sick. And so they had put cameras all over in her house just to make sure that she was okay. And, you know, they could keep an eye on her when they weren't there. And that was what they got. And he says, "Good night." Good
I
night,
thought
sir.
literally somebody was across the hall in the other room that she was facing.
Yeah, it was just them
Wow.
two in the house. Yeah.
I'm with Mary Beth Reimer in this one. I would like to see that probably, I don't know, maybe another 16 or 17 times. Go ahead.
Yes. So that's the reason I asked that question, is because when I first saw this clip, when you sent it to me, I'm like, was that a fucking EVP? And that's my exact words. I'm like, no, George is in the other room.
It's crazy. Huh?
So everybody focuses on the freaking orb. Wait for George's response at the beginning of this. Let's play it again.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, you two sleep tight. I love you both, and I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, good night, Linda. Good night, George. Good night. Good night, Mary.
See ya.
Good night.
It says good night.
Does he say it twice? I hear it twice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He says, good night, Mary. Good night.
Yeah.
Here's the best part is everybody sees that and goes, wow, that was a cool orb. You missed the best fucking part of the game.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
actually had to play that for Aaron Sagers like twice because he was like, you know, he saw the orbs, but I was like, oh no, you've got to listen to what comes through.
Well, you know, because I thought it was the person speaking to her. I didn't realize that there was I just thought it was that person and saying good night, good night, good night. I didn't really, That's good, man.
Yeah, and without knowing who was within earshot of the microphone, and you hear a voice that's that good, the voice is that clear, you don't know who's nearby, and then you hear the good nights, and then you go, oh, look, there's the orb. The orb is just like the distraction. And that one orb is interesting.
The thing is, too, is that I was like, at first, I saw it from the Ring Cam app, and I was like, oh, that's got to be right. My stepdad, and I was like, oh, that's got to be him. And then all of a sudden, I see the orbs, and I'm all, that's not him. So,
Ashlee, did you say that was a ring cam?
yes.
You know they're having a paranormal contest. I think you can win like $100,000.
I didn't know that.
It's still up. It's still up. They're still
I
taking.
think my mom is watching. Mom.
I think you can submit for another week or so. I think.
Ask your mom if she's cool with it. Hey,
5% of the proceeds go to the Rathman Foundation.
Ken.
That really is amazing, and that's a good example of how when we break down evidence, right? That had visual and audio components to the same piece. The more compelling part, I would argue, is the audio, but because there was an orb that was pretty standout, we all tracked and followed the orb and took for granted that clear voice was somebody just we couldn't see.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, like when you're on a Ring Cam, it'll tell you if you're live or not. And it wasn't live.
That's pretty awesome.
So when Ashlee first sent that to me, I was reviewing it yesterday. I literally called Audra in there and I went, hey, you got to come look at this. And she's like, what? And she walked into the office and I'm like, do you think there's somebody in the other room? Do you hear the male responding? I said, because she's kissing the photo like she's missing somebody that's passed. And Audra's like, no, that's got to be somebody in the other bedroom.
I did. I'm like, no, across the hall.
I'm like, and I told her, I said, if that is not somebody across the hall, that's the best damn EVP I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
Super clear.
Yeah.
Can we play that again one more time?
Of course.
I mean, I played it like 500 times the first time I saw it.
I played it like 7 times just yesterday. All right, here we go.
All right, you two sleep tight. I love you both, and I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Good night, Linda. Good night, George. Good night. Good night, Mary. Good night.
Came out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's so cool.
The clarity on that is incredible.
So do you know where what's
That's
on
my mom.
top of the bed?
Responded. I'm sorry.
On top of the bed on the bottom on the right side, there's something there that's
like clothes
where the first orb seems to come from.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering like whose clothes was it? Is it George? Is it hers? It seems like that's where I see the orb coming from.
Uh-huh. I have no idea. I have my mom had just said something. Oh, she just said the caregiver had no idea that the name was set. Like was, like he said goodnight. She didn't hear the voice there in the EVP.
Yeah. She didn't react to it.
Yeah.
She probably ran down the hallway.
I was just wondering because it seems like there's some clothes, and that's exactly where it comes from. That first orb. I was just wondering.
Yeah, he had been passed for I think a while after that had been taken.
Okay.
That's a good question. Maribeth Reimer wanted to know: does it sound like his voice? Has anybody been able to say it sounds like him?
Yes. So my stepdad had continued to play it over and over, and he was just like in complete awe. He was like, "That is my dad's voice," and I was like, before I saw those orbs, I was like, "That's gotta be, that's gotta be him." Like that, and then all of a sudden I see the orbs in my mouth. That is not him. He is so like not technical savvy at all.
He's been gone a year and a half.
Yeah. So I was like, that's amazing. That was amazing.
Well.
Well, he passed a year and a half ago, but he ain't gone yet.
No, he really isn't. We actually went up there. My mom said that a lot of stuff was happening at the cabin, that they throw like, family reunions and stuff at. And so I went up there. And brought all my stuff up, and we went over there, and we got that he was there at their cabin. And I looked over at my mom, and she was just bawling.
Oh.
We had the flashlight set up. I had my tripwire out, and it was the very first time my tripwire had gone off. And so me and my husband Cole were actually really excited, really excited that it went off. We're like, "Wow, did you see that?" My mom's all, "Oh, is that not normal?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got that he was there and that he's watching over the house, and that was pretty cool.
That is way cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's a striking piece of evidence. That really is.
That is.
Yeah. It just lets you know, we do continue after.
Yeah.
That one you created no doubt whatsoever. All right, so now Ashlee has sent in 3 pics, and I am going to try and share screen so we can zoom in and out.
Here.
If you guys can see it. There we go.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if you see what I'm seeing.
Oh yeah.
Hand.
Sure. Oh no. This right here. And I think there's something up here too peeking around.
That's actually the original thing that I was looking at, and then I had 2 other people go, "Do you not see that shadow?" And I was like, I thought it was whatever that is down below by the door. And they're like, that is way too big to be any shadow from that. And it's really dark. So I think there's maybe 2 entities in there.
Here's what's intriguing. So you see that door handle. That's probably about that door handle. That's an older door. So that's about 30 to 32 inches, 34 inches max off the ground. See the doorknob right here?
Mm-hmm.
Which makes this about 6 foot.
Yeah.
And this is about between 4 foot and 5'2".
It was bigger than I am, and I'm 4'10".
Yeah. So what's even more intriguing is you've got light shining into this room. The light fades when it hits these 2 shadows.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see the light reflecting off of what seems to be like a shower curtain or something back there. Drape.
That was a cell. But I don't know what that was behind there. But that was one of the cell doors that they had. I don't know if it was solitary confinement that we were walking past.
Yeah, I don't know if you see James Jackson's comment. I agree. I think it looks like 2 different shadows.
That's what I think.
The hands on the top part was the first thing that caught my eye. There it is. I agree with James.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one's closer to the door. This one's probably about 3-4 feet past it.
Yes. And that's also in the courthouse in New Mexico.
And everybody can see that, right? Because Audra's screen is.
I've got a big green screen. That's it.
You said this is what Audra's seeing.
Big green square.
Why? Can you see that at all? I can't tell if you can see it.
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. Well, you're seeing what she's seeing then.
I can see
Yeah.
it. I don't know if anybody else can.
Oh, yeah, like, see, if I hold it to the side, that
Yeah,
green
see, it's
square,
just a big
that's all I
green screen.
see.
Wonder why that is.
I don't know.
We see the image.
Yeah, we can see it too.
Yeah.
It's her 2008 computer. She's running off of it.
No, I saw everything else, sir.
How intriguing is that?
2008. That's creepy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the hand, it's very.
And it was the same. It is the same place.
Yeah, what's
that
even
the shadow,
creepier is the
crosses.
hand.
Yeah, that actually, I was like, what in the world? What did I get?
Yeah.
That's the same place as the shadow that like runs through.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's the same.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. So let's look at this one. Can you see my screen, Audra?
I see green still.
That will take the Queen Mary.
That is the Queen Mary.
Yeah, my favorite place.
It is. It is amazing. I love that
That's
place.
the pool
You wanted
area,
it- Make sure you said that before anybody else. I would have never guessed.
No, I got excited. It's a pool area.
I would have never guessed.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Love the Queen Mary.
I spent when I started doing paranormal investigating. I lived in Los Angeles for 14 years. I went there monthly.
I would too if I lived that close.
Yeah, I lived 45, 50 minutes from it. I would go every month.
Yeah, I love it. So I also didn't think I got anything, but I think you can see what it is.
I can see.
It's like three
I have
faces.
it on my phone, honey. I can see it on my phone.
Okay.
So before when I took this picture, the picture right before it, her hair was behind that light fixture. It was almost like it was hidden, like they were like purposely hiding. And then like I think 2 pictures later is when I got that, and I was like, wow, she actually came out from behind the light fixture, and like it was there, like you could see her face, and I was blown away by it. But that area is known to have 2 women who haunt it, along with a little girl. So,
Is this the pool?
it is the pool.
Okay, so that helps. And Ron can verify this. Tony and Cherie can verify this. Audra can verify this. So a lot of people will say that's an anomaly caused by the light distortion, but it's not, because if you look, it's behind the light.
Yep.
And the angle that you're capturing at, you're not straight on.
Yeah.
Every wall in this room is tiled.
Yep.
There's not really any spaces, Ron, right? That doesn't have tile on it in that pool area.
And there's like that wall, I believe, is just a plain wall. I don't think that there's anything that is beyond that.
No, there's no
besides
pictures
that.
or anything hanging in that area.
No.
Well, there's a little girl in that picture.
Right here?
Yeah, there's 2 faces in
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
That might be mine, I think. I don't know.
Well, you're not going to reflect that far out.
No.
You would have
That's
captured a
something new that
reflection
I've
here.
never seen.
Yeah, you would have captured your reflection on a shiny tile in this area, but you
Yeah.
wouldn't have, because it's at an angle. It's not a dead-on picture.
Yeah.
That is back behind in that opening.
Yeah. And like before, like I think 2 pictures prior, you can see her hair and it is behind that light fixture. Like it's almost like she's like hiding back, and then 2 pictures later she like comes forward and like looks. That was pretty cool.
I'm trying to remember if
Is there glass?
if that space there, it's obviously it's not the same tiling pattern like that brick looking tile that you see in the forefront, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's taken from the balcony around the pool, right?
Wall. That it is on the balcony.
Okay. Yeah, that's
so the pool is actually down to the right over here, straight down.
Yeah, it's like straight down.
Yeah.
I faded out for a minute. You guys still there?
We're still here.
We're still here.
Still here.
Yep.
Wow, that's interesting as hell.
Yeah.
I still want to know what the creepy jack-o'-lantern face thing is.
This is like the very first time I've ever seen that.
I thought it was here.
So I see a woman
Yes.
here, an older woman with dark hair.
Yeah.
I see a blonde little girl here. Are you guys seeing that too? And then I see this creepy fucker right here.
I've never seen that.
Are you guys seeing the same thing I am or no?
That was the one that.
Yeah, that's the guy from Planet of the Apes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
So, Chris, I'm looking at a picture from when I was at the Queen Mary. I'm trying to. Is this? And I should probably be asking Ashlee. Is this the back wall of the balcony where the doors are?
So, correct me if I'm wrong, Ashlee. This looks like the hallway that leads to the door that exits, right? So this is the balcony on the south side.
When we went in, there,
What's this gate?
we went in from the left-hand side, and that is on the right-hand side. So we weren't allowed to like go walk around it a lot because it's like falling in.
So Cole said other side across from the door. Let me actually, I'm trying to think of an easier way because there's more than one door too on both sides of the room. Is it on the balcony side closest to or opposite the diving board?
It's the same side as the diving board.
Okay.
So this side is the diving board side, the diving board straight down.
Yes.
Yep. So if you were standing in the locker room area, if I got my orientation right, this is up to the left.
Yeah.
Standing on the opposite side of the pool from the diving board, this is up to the left.
Yes.
The way you come in the wooden door from the hallway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's what I was trying to see because of the door on the opposite side. But if it's the same side as the diving board and the top corner, that goes into a small stairway that goes out into the hallway.
I have no idea.
So that wouldn't be the other side. Okay, I mean that makes it better. It's not a.
Would that be Ron? Would that be the landing behind the diving board that goes up, where the 2 stairs come up like this, and then there's that landing there?
That is in the far corner.
That's in the opposite
if you were
corner.
coming in from the doors, downstairs, it would be to the left-hand side, but it's like up on the balcony area. I don't know if there's anything behind there or not. I know right directly underneath it, it looks like there's like an area that has like a desk or something.
Okay, that's what I thought. So if you were standing on the diving board, as if to dive into the pool, it would be on over your left shoulder.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so there's a stairway. That's one of the ways to exit out and then go to the hull of the ship towards the front. So there, and I'm saying it because to my recollection, and I don't know how much redecorating or changing they would have done. There's nothing that I can recall on that wall that would have been reflective to cause that.
Right. It was just a plain wall.
Yeah. That's why I was asking at
Okay,
what point
you
it was
guys, can
at.
you see this picture?
That's the right angle, Chris.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. Yes.
Yep.
Right up in there.
It's back there to the right of that picture. Can you zoom in, or do we have to buy something?
There's nothing there. Let me see.
Can you zoom in, or do we have to buy something?
Make them reservations and zoom in. Damn it! That was okay. That captured it. That's where I thought it was. Once she gave me the positioning.
So
based
what
on
she's
the
seeing would have been like right here.
No.
Nope. It's right, like on the
To the
top
right.
of the stairs, like that little area on the very corner.
Mm-hmm.
To the right of the post, right?
Yes, to the right of the post.
So if you go straight up,
not this area. You were on the
It's not
opposite
that
side.
area. It's that tiny little
Correct.
like doorway area. So
Yeah,
it's
go to the
past
left.
that.
Yeah, Chris, move the mouse. That's it.
Right there. That's where it's at.
And that takes you out of the room. There's a hallway that goes straight back from there.
I can't.
That's what I was trying to establish. Because if
Yeah.
it was the other side of the pool, it could have been reflective, maybe from a picture in the hallway on the door or something. Who knows? But there's nothing there.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
No, that wall doesn't have anything on it.
And it's not that reflective either. That's more like a matte color. It's
yeah,
not as
and
reflective.
they've taken. They can't hold water in there anymore either. So it's not like it's like a reflection from the water.
Right. That thing hasn't had water in it in a long time.
Yeah, it's because it's like kind of caving in.
No, they won't even let you go in there anymore.
Yeah.
They'll let you down if you take the paranormal tour. They
Yeah, we
do
do.
let you go into an area in there.
How long has it been since you've been there?
We went there in January.
Of this year?
Yes.
Then the repairs were
Yeah,
done.
they repaired it.
Because they had it closed down during COVID. They wouldn't let anybody in there because they were worried about
Unstable.
damage to the tiles, and they were worried about caving right through the floor.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And they
So they
said that the tiles do fall a lot too from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those repairs must have been complete then.
It had to have been because
There was a one point where they completely shut the Queen Mary down. They wouldn't even let anybody on there just due to all of like the things that needed to be fixed on there. And they weren't sure that they were going to reopen the Queen Mary. So when they did, I was like, we got to book it now.
Yeah, I was thrilled when they reopened.
Yeah,
it.
we went 2 years in a row because I spent so much time there. So I brought her, and then we didn't go the year after that, and then everything closed down, and it was in litigation between the city of Long Beach and the hotel management company for who was going to take over the repairs or whatever. And then we saw it come back online like it was open again, and we ended up going out of the country this past September. Had that not come up, that's where we were going to go.
Yeah, and I also heard that they are opening up B340, the most haunted room on the ship.
Yeah,
they're reopening that to guests so that they can stay in there.
It's funny. A friend of ours from San Diego used to do the tours, and he said that all the lore behind that room was all hogwash. He said it was he called it BS 340.
And when he says the tours, he used to guide the tours.
Tapped in that room actually, and I turned and looked at Gretchen, my teammate, and I looked at her and I go, "Did you just touch me?" And she goes, "No." And I was like directly behind the bathroom, like I was on that really skinny wall, like leaning up against it. And I look back and I'm all, oh great, I'm right next to the bathroom with everything happening in it. So yeah, but I was tapped in there.
Yeah, I could totally see, because I believe the ship is active.
Yes.
The activity wouldn't be relegated to
Just-
every there except that room, or
Right.
anything in that room wouldn't have to be part of the narrative of the room.
Right.
So
Right. I think
believe
it's
that.
the whole ship.
Yeah. Yep.
Pretty cool.
Nice capture. Audra and I were there. I've only been there twice, but it made such an impact on me. I have the ship memorized. I was there. Seriously, I'll be 52 in April. The first time I was there, I had an experience when I was 15.
Oh wow.
And then Audra and I returned when we went on our honeymoon cruise for my birthday before we left. On my birthday, before we left for our cruise in 2016, April 8th of 2016, we spent the night on the Queen Mary. That was my birthday present. And we did the paranormal investigation we did our own prior to it, but we also did the late night one. And out of 45 people, or was it 45, Audra?
Yeah, there was a way too many, actually.
Yeah, we had that happen.
Yeah,
once.
there was like 45 to 50 that started the night. By the time we ended the investigation at 4:45, there was 5 of us left.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And we ended in the pool area, and we were the last group they took into the pool area before they shut it down for repairs for a few years.
I wonder by how many months we missed you, because of the first time I went there with Lourdes was in 2016 also.
Oh, wow.
Really?
It might have
You
been
were
close to the end of the year, like maybe like October, November, right?
Because we went in November,
Yeah.
November.
Okay, but they were there. Well, yeah.
That was cool.
That's cool. That place is definitely an
Yeah, Chris, it took you took like 20 minutes to get 8 syllables out there.
Very robotic.
But yeah, that's a fantastic place. I so want to go back.
Yeah, love Queen
Yeah,
Mary.
I do too. And we just were there. I love that place.
It's beautiful and
Yeah.
active.
Two of the only really compelling pictures in 13 years or so of doing this stuff. 2 really good pictures that I've ever gotten. Hear me, people. 2. We're at that place. Was at that ship.
And some of my extreme paranormal experiences was in that place. Yeah, I love that. I love that ship.
I do too.
Oh wow!
All right, so here's the last pick.
So this is at the courthouse as well. And I actually had gone up to that wall, and because we were trying to find the basement, and they said that it was behind plywood, and that looked like a door. So I went up to it and I tried to open that door, and then as I'm walking past, where the shadow is coming out of is a door, and I there's a couple of holes in the door, and I even went ooh, like as I passed it. It just gave me like the heebie-jeebies, and I don't know why. I was like, it's just a door. But I was like, as I got that, like I went back to the room and I was like looking at it. I was like, no wonder I felt the heebie-jeebies. That like is coming out of that door.
So here's what's intriguing is your light source is back here,
Yeah.
right? There's no shadow from here to here.
I know.
Now,
It's
was there a
crazy.
stain?
You what?
Did I break up again?
You did.
Is that a
Stain?
stain? Is that a stain on the floor?
No.
A stain.
No.
So does that continue over this way?
Yeah.
Right.
It's so weird.
You want to know what's even more weird? If you guys have been paying really close attention, the 3 pieces of evidence that you've shown from this location had shadows in it.
Yep.
And 3 out of the 4 shadows that you picked up had the same shape.
Wow.
The one that ran across the camera, the short one in the last photo, or the first photo we showed, and this one are all shaped the same.
Wow. They're like it's following us. I kind of felt like that too.
So let me show you. And ironically enough, every time I click on something, it slows down my connection. So
You know what's funny too? Just because it dovetails off of what I just said. One of the two pictures at the Queen Mary that I got was of a shadow figure, like a full robed, hooded, like Reaper looking shadow figure in the doorway to Boiler Room 3. After I took it, like a minute or two later, I walked in that direction because the whole group went into the boiler room. I didn't know I had captured it, and I stood outside the room because there were too many people on that tour also. So I stayed outside the room and did some stuff with some EMF or whatever, and I felt really creepy and uncomfortable in that same spot, and that was where the figure was. So just like you had said with this, when you stood in the door, you felt something? That's interesting.
Like the heebie-jeebies.
That's the word.
It was just really weird. Like, that's exactly how I felt when I passed that door. I was all, ooh.
Can you guys see me toggling between the two pictures?
Yeah.
See the shape?
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you look at that video where the shadow runs across the camera, it's the same shape. You want me to play that again?
Yes, please.
Watch the shape of the shadow as it comes across.
I sit here and think of what do you call it?
I can't tell. It goes by too fast.
I know it does.
It's about the same height and the same shape as this one.
It's
like as it's following us around.
Trying to grab this and then trying.
And that would actually be the first picture. Like that would be the first place that we saw it. Would have been in there because we were just.
So this picture was taken before the video?
Yep, that was taken before the video.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
That's funny because that's what I was thinking. When they come up like that, because it looks like I said it looks like Casper because it has like a little tail at the end. But those are how the shadows come up and goes. That's exactly how they come up. Not that one, but the other one.
Yeah, how they
That's
come up from the ground to come
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, they come up like that. Yep. But they were as dark
Like
as
the
that.
the one I saw in Transalghani formed on the floor and totally came to about 5'6" and then walked out into the hallway. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. I showed these to my grandma on my mom's side. She was just here for my cousin's wedding, and I showed her and she goes, "How do you sleep at night going through all these places?" And I'm like, "Well, I didn't even know I had this until I got back." I was looking through them all and I was like, I thought I didn't get anything because it was so quiet when we went through it, and I was like, that was really quiet in there, but we'll go back. So I was surprised that I had gotten anything.
Wow.
Yeah, great captures.
Great captures. Great evidence.
Yeah, that was good. That was very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Got some good stuff.
Good stuff.
That was awesome.
That
All right.
ring EVP thing was astounding though to me.
Yeah, that was really touching.
Because it had sentimental value. It was class A in every sense of the word as far as
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It has
Thank you
all
for
the
sharing
elements.
your evidence.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Ashlee.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So we have reached the point in the show, Ashley, we call shameless plugs. And this is your opportunity to tell everybody where they can find you, promote your business, promote your group. Where can everybody find you and what you got coming up?
Okay. So you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's Closer to the Veil Paranormal Investigations. It's me and Gretchen. And then I also have my own TikTok, which is just Ashlee Reed, Closer to the Veil, or YouTube, which is, and I don't have much on there for my personal, but it's Ashlee Reed C2V. So Closer to the Veil, but it's just C2V.
Awesome.
And then I have a lot of stuff coming up that is in just talking right now. I'm collaborating into Paranormal 24/7. And it's just a bunch of us from different groups that are collaborating and going to different places. And that's coming up. So I'm excited about that.
Nice.
And you have a tour also November 2nd, right? At the Globe Jail.
Yes. So I do help with tours for Haunted Rooms America. And that is up at the Gila Gel in Globe. Yes. And so
That's very cool.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Kind of help and teach people how to investigate and how to use the equipment and stuff like that. So that's fun. That's kind of like what I like to do too, is help people.
Awesome.
Very cool. Very.
That is really cool. Well, thank you, Ashlee, for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank
you for having me on here.
Thank you for being on. That was fantastic evidence.
Yeah.
Audience, we would like to thank you guys for coming out too. It's always awesome for you guys to be here. Little announcement. There will be no live show next week or the following week. We've got other commitments, unfortunately, as a whole team, and then the Staticom team will be in Vegas the following week. But we will be returning on the whatever the hell the week after that is. The 18th. Right?
18th. I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah. We will be back live on the 18th, and I will finally be back home, so I won't be coming through on crappy hotel internet from Nashville crap. But
thank you very much. I had to do it. I've been wanting to do it since the beginning of the show.
Sneaking in a little Elvis.
From that, I got you.
With a Puerto Rican accent.
With a Puerto Rican
that was
accent.
smooth.
I tried.
Nicely done.
The Puerto Rican accent. That's pelvis.
Anthony, how you doing? We're done.
Very nice. All right, guys.
Love you, Anthony.
Done. We can't do it more. Well, I already told you what everybody's got coming up for the next few weeks. So we will see you guys in 3 weeks. Thanks for watching. Thank you again, Ashlee, for coming out.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, if you want to bust tables in the afterlife, if you want to see shadows run past shitters in a jail, if you want to hear George tell Mary goodnight, you got to hang out with Ashlee, and you got to stay haunted, guys. We'll see you in 3 weeks. Have a good night. Have a good
Bye.
night.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Can you give me a name? What's your name?